Today is October 31st. The Yankees have done nothing. We thought they did stuff. They didn't do anything. Let's talk all about it. Let's talk Yanks.
Talking Yanks with old John Boy and Jake. Recaps galore, weekly awards, stat lines, theme and hot takes. Get your Yankees news from these two fine dudes. It's time for Talkin' Yanks. Talking Yanks with old John Boy and Jake. Talking Yanks with old John Boy and Jake.
Hello and welcome to Talkin' Yanks, brought to you by SeatGeek. Use code JohnBoy Postseason for 10% off your next purchase of SeatGeek's tickets, no matter what you go to. Maybe it's Yankee spring training. Maybe it's... Can you purchase tickets for Yankee spring training yet? Well, you should open the SeatGeek app and check. If you can, you can use code JohnBoy Postseason for 10% off. Doesn't matter if you buy it today, tomorrow, or the next day. You can use that code all the same. JohnBoy Postseason.
I think there are only a few more days you can use that, but you can use it for any day you want. So buy some future event. And if you do it in the future, you didn't spend any money.
Davis, Jom, SeatGeek, your dog costume there, dog face boys on your end. Happy Halloween. I'm all right. You'd think October, if you told us October 31st, the Yankees have done even nothing on their nothing, I would have been a little bummed out at the start of the month. But I don't know. I guess I'm not surprised by the updates, and I don't know. The Sean Casey stuff's actually kind of comical. So I'm doing okay. I'm getting ghouled up, and I'm actually heading to Arizona tomorrow for Game 5 of the World Series, where the Diamondbacks organization is really nice to me. So it's like, I don't know. It's like I'm getting courted by the new girl in school, and it's like, I don't know. I've been dating this other girl for forever. Like,
Yeah, you're leaving the Yankees?
No. Unless
you're out?
Unless things got like really bad for the next decade, then maybe.
Wow.
Trending the wrong way.
How do you think your dad felt in the 80s?
He was busy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the Yankees haven't done their audit yet.
Right.
And this audit thing has been very confusing, and I would love to audit the audit.
Yeah.
Because first they were like, we're going to audit the fuck out of ourselves. We're going to hire this third-party team. They're going to come bully us right, Scared straight program. And then the update was, no, it's not actually an audit. We're just going to ask this company to tell us what other teams are doing, and then we're going to take that info and use it to evaluate ourselves with a new set of eyes and a different perspective. Yep. And then the update we got was Hal saying that they had internal meetings 3 days in Florida with all the executives, all 12 of them or whatever. And they were very stern with each other. They were very honest with each other. They were very, poking and prodding. And it was no time for soft feelings. And this is what you're doing. I don't agree. I agree. And I thought that 3-day meeting was the step 2. Was like, they got the audit. This is what other teams do. Now let's all get together and evaluate ourselves honestly, knowing this other information.
Right.
Turns out the audit hasn't happened yet. And now these headlines make the audit seem like it is more of an audit, not just like intel on others. I don't know. And it hasn't happened yet. So I don't know what that 3-day summit was. The only change we know is that Sean Casey's not coming back. And maybe it was because he walked in and said, what do you guys think about Soto? And Cashman and Cruz said, too obvious, Casey. You're out.
Yeah.
Find us the next Max Muncy.
Yeah. Thicker. We want him thicker, though.
Even thicker. Jay Bruce, Tulowitzki, Morales, We like guys with 3 months left to play. Okay?
Max.
Go find us that guy. One more spring training and then he's done. So Casey's gone. And that's it. That's the confusing 2 updates.
Jim, that was great. That was well covered. Pretty frustrating that. So if the audit hasn't happened, and we weren't auditing ourselves, now we are. We're auditing everyone. I don't know, man. I guess every update that seems to happen, it feels okay. I think I found it. No, what's the phrase? It's like a business phrase or even like a sports phrase. You know, if you're not improving, you're getting worse. Like, you know, if you're staying flat.
Yeah, every day you don't improve, you get worse.
We're there. We've been there for a year now.
Acronym is Bo Body.
Bo Body. So, like, it's been a Bo Body festival that, I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, none of this could matter if the Yankees
have a counter.
If they trade for Juan Soto and because, you know, they can't technically trade for Juan Soto yet. The season's going on.
I have a counter.
Whoever they sign, whether it's the pitcher, whether it's Belly, like, in theory, none of this matters, and we're going to make judgments on the trades and moves that happen after this. But the fact that they're kind of coming out and being like, oh, no, it has not happened. And then Sean Casey's like, yeah, they really need like a legendary left-handed hitter in the middle of the lineup to help save this team.
What if,
Audit.
you know, Boone was on the episode with us and we asked him, here's what I think he would say. And this is the counter or the devil's advocate. Like, you can't even talk to other teams yet.
Right.
You know, if spring free agency hasn't started and, you know, it's a long season. We told everyone, take the time, regroup, be with your family. And we're going to start it up in November when the World Series ends. And we're going to really hit the ground running. So go get your rest beforehand. What if that's the counter? And if that's it, I just love to hear it. I know they think they don't owe the fan base anything, but I just love to hear what their not full plan. They don't owe, they don't give away any secrets, but like what's going on? And are the writers just searching for like little inklings of stories? So that's why it's so messy right now with like this audit. It's just, this audit has just become fodder. Like for us, it has, but we're not real journalists. You know, so maybe that's the other side of it, that like the writers are just like writing the shit and the Yankees are like, what are you talking about? We're waiting till the end of the World Series and then we're going.
Yeah, it would seem like you have a month to do some things, you know, like a D-backs GM right now is at World Series games thinking about that. You know,
so how are we going to trade for Corbin Carroll?
Houston, Texas still playing.
Carroll and
Houston playing as of a couple days ago.
For Peraza. Would you do it?
I would do that. I don't think the Diamondbacks would.
Okay. Well, what about the Diamondbacks fan of you? Would he do it?
Which way?
Yeah, the Yankee fan of you said yes, correct?
Yes.
But the D-backs fan of you, you know, says no?
The MLB Jake, my Twitter handle, says no, that won't happen. So,
is that your new Twitter handle?
That's my new Twitter handle, MLB Jake. NBA Evan. Yeah, I don't know about all that, man. It just feels like it feels like we've kind of had the sheet pulled over our eyes a little bit. Like, okay, when the audit news first broke, boop boop boop, we're all in this thing. Hal's in.
Something's wrong.
We're, you know, top to bottom, soup to nuts. We're auditing the Yankees and we're finding out what's wrong. Next update. Okay, we're not auditing our team, but we're going to audit some of the other teams. Okay? Next update. Audit ain't happened yet. So don't worry about that. And then we're just going to wait till the end of the season. So it's like, Audit just feels like it feels like a Halloween prank at this point.
I think it was.
I think it is.
I think it is. I think the audit it was a big scare tactic. Hey, if you guys don't blah blah, I'm gonna let's see. What's the last scare tactic I used? Claire, my 4-month-old,
Right.
she wouldn't go to sleep. I said, Claire, if you don't go to sleep right now, I'm gonna sock myself in the face.
You told your how old's Claire now? 4 months.
4 months.
You
Yeah.
told your 4-month-old daughter if she doesn't go
4
to
months
sleep,
plus 1 week.
if you
anyone can
don't
do that
go to
math.
bed right now, I'm gonna sock myself in the face.
If you don't fall asleep right this instant, Dad's gonna sock himself in the face.
You know
And
what?
she stayed up to watch it happen. She called my bluff, and I didn't do it.
I'm just going Zillow masterclass. Zillow kind of runs the Yankees org. They said, okay, what do we need to do? Zillow said, you know what the people love? Audit.
Accountability,
And everyone's all in. They got us all. Like, dude, it literally turned Yankee fans' meter off. Like, think about it. Yankee fans were hot. Like, worst season ever. We're ballistic. We're losing our minds. They said audit, and we all kind of went like, oh, okay. And now, no audit. Not happening. And I laugh. He loved to laugh. It's on his tombstone. But, the end of season presser, which hasn't happened yet, right?
has not happened.
Even though the Yankee season has been over for a while now.
Can we, Beebs? I don't know if you can do a quick Google search. I got a bear in my lap, so I can't. Can you check
Dog.
when it happened last year?
Yeah, last year I think was also delayed. I'm gonna find it.
They keep getting this extra time because they're out of the playoffs.
I have a question for you at some point, Jake.
Right.
Maybe after the DK. That pertains to this playoffs and the future of the Yankees.
Okay. Well, let me tell you about this DK. DK stands for DraftKings, people.
Donkey Kong as well.
Playoffs are underway. I mean, we are in it. It's a couple games left. And at the DraftKings Sportsbook, if you bet $5 on baseball, you get $200 instantly in bonus bets. So what are you waiting for? Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code Yanks. New customers can score $200 instantly in bonus bets for betting just $5 on baseball only on the DraftKings Sportsbook. Wow. So code Yanks, DraftKings, $5, $200 instantly in bonus bets. Code Yanks. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Visit www.1800gambler.net. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY. Text HOPE-NY. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, Kansas, licensee partner Golden Nugget Lake Charles. 21 plus, ages vary by jurisdiction, void in Ontario. See dkng.co/baseball for eligibility terms and responsible gaming resources. Bonus bets. Boop, boop. Expire 7 days after issuance. Eligibility and deposit restrictions apply.
I have the dates. The Yankees season ended October 23rd last year. That was game 4. They lost the ALCS in 4 games to the Houston Astros. The press conference was on November 4th.
Is that after the World Series?
I believe that was after the World Series.
Okay. So we're just impatient.
Yeah, it might take me a few minutes. I want to see if other years they waited till after the World Series when they also exited before the World Series. But yeah, other teams have played in the World Series, lost, and had their end of the season press conferences by now. So there's no rules here.
What are you and that dog thinking about?
I don't know. Someone tweeted at me and said, John Boy's bias is unreal. Go fuck yourself, Yankee piece of shit. And I honestly don't know what the bias he's talking about. I just said that Scherzer stretching his back was funny looking.
Got to agree.
After watching this postseason, your Rangers and my D-backs,
Yes.
kind of a tale as old as time. AL sluggers versus NL small ball. What style would you build upon?
Great question, Jim. It's a fantastic question. Unfortunately, I think the answer is sluggers. because we need lefty sluggers. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm in on small ball and like situational hitting. The Diamondbacks have been exhibit A of situational hitting, which you need all of that in the bucket. They're literally bunting players to second and saying, all right, we got 2 at-bats to get a hit. And I think that type of baseball is going to come back with, we've removed shifts, just approaches at the plate and organizational approaches, because those score runs and runs win game. And we've gotten just a little bit too far from that. But that being said, we need lefty pop. It goes back into my speech about being the Bronx Bombers and the New York Yankees. And look at any New York Yankees team that was successful. You have left-handed hitters that can put a ball into the right field seats with any swing. And the Yankees did not have that. I saw Willie Calhoun bat third for a chunk of this year. I saw Jake Bauers be fun for a month and a half and then not. And like we're going through quadruple A ball players here. So I as much as I'd love to get to a team that has a healthy mix of everything, all right? That's the best formula. That's baseball.
Well, that was going to be my next question. Do you think it's possible for the Yankees to be a mix? The Rangers aren't really stealing you to death or bunting you to death. They're just smashing you to death. Now they get base hits in between the home runs. So they're just offensive, but they're not really manufacturing runs throughout this postseason.
Yeah, Garcia stole a base when he needed to. Carter has pretty lightning fast speed for someone his age. So it's there. They definitely rely on a different kind of offense, and it's
a sprinkle, not the meat.
It's Marcus,
but do you think like Volpe?
And they've also paid $500 million in the middle infield. Like they signed Marcus Semien to be a $200 second baseman, Gold Glover with a lot of pop and speed.
Yeah.
Seager, who was a free agent as well, $300 million to be their shortstop, made a nice play. He's a lot.
Yeah, the Yankees have spent money. I'm just saying.
Not well.
I know, but I'm just trying to get to the future, building the team, adding elements. We've been begging for like Volpe speed and other players and like situational hitting. Do you think that they need to do that still? Like after watching the Rangers, like can you just go spend on hitters and not need it? Or are you still antsy for a mix? It's like my question is.
No, I need good ball players, man. I've been saying that since the deadline. Like I didn't care if it was a Tommy Pham, who's by the way hitting middle of the lineup in the World Series. We've talked Conforto thrown around this office. Like I need better baseball players, and then we can fine tune it to okay, we need a little more contact, we need a little more power. We just need better baseball players in house. With a lefty balance, and then we can go from there. Because whether you're talking, if it's someone as impactful as a Juan Soto, like Judge, Juan Soto, and then whatever gets figured out around it, that can be a good MLB offense. You have 2 historic hitters plugging into the top of your lineup. If it's not someone as significant as that, then you need 3 or 4 ball players upgraded from where we were. Whether it's contact, power, whatever their skill is, I think we found out we need to stay away from the extremes like a Joey Gallo, but you need ball players at this point.
And lefty. That's still priority.
And lefty. Because that makes the team all around better. Like the Diamondbacks, they have 2 guys in their lineup that maul left-handed pitching, Gabriel Moreno and Ketel Marte. So when the other team has a lefty in there, sure, Carroll is a little more neutralized, but like they have the weapons that you just need balance. Like it's so insane how far we just got from that.
So you need Juan Soto. That's what Casey said.
Yeah, and the only part that's a little bit of a bummer there is he was the hitting coach for the Yankees, and he's saying they need an all-time historic left-handed hitter in the middle of their lineup to change.
Yeah, I didn't hear how he said it, the tone, but like I would I would guess it was something like, yeah, they should go get him. He would really help.
Yeah, there's a
Because
little.
he's
It's a little bit
available, they should
like,
be all over him.
Juan Soto would be really helpful for the Yankees. Sun will rise tomorrow, and we're all living and breathing.
Yeah, I mean, there's a little. He said it very exuberantly because he's Sean Casey, and that's how he talks. But yeah, I don't know. I thought it was just funny. Sean Casey, who Booney's been on this program, and he told us, Sean Casey's been chomping at the bit to get an opportunity. Like he's wanted to do this, but he's family man. He's got some other stuff going on. Next update, Sean Casey not coming back as hitting coach. Next update, Sean Casey putting content out there on his podcast, and he leads with Yankees Juan Soto. So Sean Casey going for that click at least, which I respect the game.
Yeah, I mean, and it might just be that. I mean, it might just be as simple as like, yep. I mean, if Juan Soto is available, a lot of teams are going to try to get him.
Yes.
It's not like the Yankees are the only one. There was a window where there were only 4 teams bidding for the top players, and that's when the Yankees passed on all the top players.
Yes.
Now, a lot of teams are getting bidding them from. Anyway, the Yankees just posted a new job opening. If you're interested,
Okay.
anyone is into scouting, an analyst advanced scouting 1 hour ago got posted. So if you're interested, it's available. You need a bachelor's degree and you need to be proficient with SQL or other modern database technologies. Experience with programming languages. So I think Scout, loosely used, and more data cruncher.
So we have Joe's apply.
Yeah. Proficiency in Spanish is a plus. Demonstrate open-mindedness, innovation, and progressive thinking. Open to new ideas and philosophies. And is willing to challenge traditional baseball principles.
Like balance.
Yeah.
We can do it all right-handed.
Demonstrate advanced baseball knowledge. Maintains familiarity with sabermetric principles and advanced metrics. Ability to articulate complex information and filter it down to applicable levels. So if that's you, Swanson just retweeted this.
The Yankees are calling.
Also, public assistant job, account executive, sales, affiliate, video assistant. Now we're talking, Jake. Maybe I can hire. I can get hired. Oh, that sounds boring. Oh, manage TrackMan and Hawkeye and all that. That sounds fun. And one at the bottom here that says associate baseball operations. I think that's like somebody who walks around with like, can I help you sign at the stadium? Anyway, that's an ad for the Yankees hiring.
Yeah, little Yankees ad. Go check them out.
Tanner Swanson just retweeted it on my Twitter timeline. I was like, what?
2024 season is coming up. You guys can be a part of the action.
Some of the jobs are in Tampa. Some are in the Bronx. We're also hiring for someone to infiltrate and give us knowledge of the audit. So it's kind of a dual job offer if you get accepted there.
Yeah.
We will pay you in thanks. In many thanks.
In receiving DMs.
For years.
Or as the Irish say, thanks a million.
That's the crake.
Thanks a million. Thanks a million. You ever heard the Irish say thank you?
I thought that was a Halloween outfit.
This, it's sewed onto my shoulder. It's like a buddy picture.
Right.
You know, like when you're like, you're riding the dinosaur. It's like that, but not anything interesting. It's just like the bear is attached to my shoulder. I sewed it on. Thanks a million.
Thanks a million, everyone.
We got an episode coming up.
So the World Series probably ends Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. Saturday or Sunday. Friday or Saturday.
Could end Wednesday.
When would Wednesday, Friday, or Saturday the World Series will end? When will the Yankees speak or do something?
Ooh.
So the World Series, it'll be the Friday after the World Series.
So a week. Okay.
But they're not going to give us any info.
I know.
I just think they need to, after such a bad season, give us some, not play the game they played for the last 3 years. Where like, well, you guys don't deserve to know anything. Like, why would we tell you? We're not trying to give away any secrets in house and like that kind of like smug attitude of like, you guys are just fucking little peons. Like, let us run the kitchen. You just enjoy the food, you little rugrats. And just say like, yeah, we're going to overhaul our hitting approach, whatever it is, there needs to be something they offer of like,
Say something real.
Yeah.
And that's
and then hopefully we agree or disagree with the real stuff.
right. Yeah, I'll
because they could be honest and be like, we think the hitting was a fluke, and we believe in our guys, and that could be very real. Like that could be them being genuine and honest, and I'd be like, oh,
right, a lot of injury talk,
Barracuda.
Golly, that's and just as I'll end with the rhythmic tastings of Joe's McFly again, he sent in our Yankees group chat because they said Hal's said he's not going to do the presser in New York, right? He's going to do an end of year press conference in Tampa, I believe.
It seems like he was trending towards doing it from Tampa on Zoom,
and
at least his portion.
Joe's just hit us with a tasteful, like, don't even get me started that they're not doing it in the Bronx. And it's like, there's just a little 2% to 90% of truth in that kind of hits home as a Yankees fan.
Wait, why? Why do they have to do it in the Bronx?
Because do it in the Bronx, bro. Be the Yankees.
Why?
Yes, Jim. Yes.
That makes no sense. All their offices are in Tampa in the offseason.
Do it in the Bronx. Be the Yankees.
I don't understand. I'm with you guys on a lot of stuff. I have no idea where you're coming from here. Their offices are in Tampa. They all work in Tampa.
They've never done the end of year press conference from there. Always at the stadium.
Just like where they're doing the conference from?
Yes.
Why do you
the
need
little
it in the
things
Bronx?
that matter, Jim. All the little things come together to make up the big things, man.
Why does that matter?
Because it matters, dude. The Yankees are in the Bronx. Be in the Bronx.
Okay, but they're in Tampa all offseason always.
But not the end of your presser. Stand in front of the Bronx. Be in the cold. Feel that you lost. Like, that matters.
Being on a Zoom and with the reporters is different than being in the room in the Bronx with them.
Oh, that's what it is. The reporters should be in the same room. If that's the case, if all the reporters are down in spring training, which they're not, but yeah, if they're just on a Zoom, then that I agree with. I mean, but they could do it in South Jersey if all the reporters are there. I don't care about Bronx, Tampa play, but they should be having to face eye contact with these journalists and reporters that are asking them for answers
at the stadium.
Yeah. That doesn't do much for me, but I agree with not Zoom. That stinks. Not going to say anything anyway.
You're usually pretty excited for the Cashman Nuggets.
Yeah, he's usually gives some tangible stuff, but after the 2021 season, he stopped, and the reporters kind of said the same thing. And because he thought they had a good year, and everyone wrote that they had a bad year. And then like the amount of like scrums and press conferences and nuggets he would give kind of stopped. And then he said we were going to get left fielders 3 times and didn't. So like, yeah, I used to love it. We used to get really good insight. It was the most insightful press conference you would get. until like the start of spring training. Because he would tell you like Glaber's not the shortstop anymore. That was a pretty hard line that he let the fans know. Or shortstop will be an open competition next year. Or Gio Urshela is the starter, even though Andujar's healthy. Like, like shit like that. Like he would say it.
So do you think he's not going to say any stuff like that? Or are you worried that he's going to say stuff that you don't necessarily agree with?
Yeah, I think they're going to say stuff that I don't agree with. And I don't know if I believe them that they believe it because I don't want to.
Okay.
Like, I think they're going to, because, well, one, they have to talk, anyone that they might trade, they have to talk about like how they're a mainstay. Like you might hear Peraza as the starting third baseman. And that's, in my opinion, more trade talk than actual 2024 Yankee talk. So I wouldn't be surprised if Peraza gets hyped up as like he's going to be a big part of our infield next year. But I don't believe that because I think they're going to try to trade him.
Right.
They're going to say Volpe's a starting shortstop. He's about to win a Gold Glove. They're going to say, yes, we continue to search for left-handed left fielders. The market's thin, but we're doing our best. We're opening every door. We're listening to all calls. We've heard that 3 times now, though.
And that was your end of your presser. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in.
Yeah. On Stanton, they're just going to say, like, we expect more out of him. We don't think that's who he is. We'd really love to see the athleticism and, like, be healthy, even though he's healthy. So I don't have high hopes for this presser this year at all. Okay. But the more they hype up the young guys, the more excited I am in a fucked up way. I think that means they're trying to trade him.
He'll bait and switch.
Yeah. Clark, Peraza, King, I expect to get super hyped. Yeah. And then with the D-backs win the World Series, it's going to be crapshoot. The Rangers win the World Series, you can say go pay, spend money, get the right talent. The D-backs win the World Series. Oh, yeah, postseason's a crapshoot. Just got to make it in. It's like, that stinks for the Yankees because they're going to really rest on that.
Didn't get in this year.
Yeah. Yes, but they're going to say, if Judge doesn't get injured and Rizzo doesn't get injured, we would get in. Then we love our chances. It's like, no, your chances still would have stunk. He should address the Monty stuff. That should be asked. That should be asked. You said he wasn't a postseason pitcher. He's one of the best postseason pitchers this whole postseason. He shut down the Astros. You lost to the Astros. That should be addressed. And like on a Zoom call, I don't know if that's like you're able to ask in the manner that someone could really like needle and ask about that. My opinion, he has to say something about that.
I like that.
Yeah. All right. Chapman? Nah. Don't think he needs to say anything there.
That's all fine.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, we're going to do another fun episode next week. And then I guess if nothing happens, we can do a Q&A or something fun, have Joe's or Kenobio on to just do like a group chat session. We'll make it happen.
Yeah, a little pre-record.
Like
so
at some point next couple weeks, so they'll say something that we'll react to.
Yeah.
And we can start really, really dreaming.
That's a scary thing. Yeah. There's only a couple things you can dream about this offseason.
That would be an actual dream.
It's Juan Soto.
Pretty much.
Unless they're going to shock the world and go for Ohtani. It's not obvious right now. That's the best thing they got going. Mm-hmm. It's not obvious.
Fit right in. He's hurt.
Beebs.
Got him.
Zing.
I'd be happy.
Be happy.
He's really good.
Yeah.
Just
okay.
Joke. It's Halloween. We're goofy.
Anything else? No. Cool. Go Yanks. Tell 'em, Grams.
Go Yankees.